Hey Google, what is that song that goes da na 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 na?
For that.
Hey Google, what's the song that goes, y'all ready for this? Okay, I guess she's not gonna play it. Anyway, I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna really do any Valentine's Day centric content, and then my friend texted me last night and was like, Emily, you should make a video about Valentine's Day and what to do when you're single. And I was like, hey, don't you think that people might hate that because I have a boyfriend of 2 years? And she was like, no, because you give good advice. So I posted on Instagram and I said, I'm doing a Valentine's Day themed video. Anything you want me to talk about? And I got a few things, and I'm gonna practice the makeup that I think I'm gonna do on Valentine's Day because me and JB are going on a date. I only have about an hour and then I have to go run for a meeting. I'm gonna try to tell you what I'm using, and if I don't, I'm sorry. I just washed my face and I'm gonna use the black tea kombucha facial treatment essence. So Valentine's Day. I know that a lot of people really care about Valentine's Day, and I respect the hell out of that. Fresh black tea firming eye serum. If you've watched my other vlog, which I know you have because you wouldn't just fucking leave me hanging like that, then you've seen this. Should I address why I'm doing my makeup in the kitchen? This is where the light was better and I'm a professional. Now I'm gonna use the Lotus Youth Preserve eye cream. I have a mirror right here, so if I'm looking there, that's why. Hell yeah, brother! I'm using this on my mouth. I really liked Valentine's Day when I was younger. And I was in elementary school, because I've always been a hoe for stationery. And in elementary school, it was like you got to buy a box of stationery, write everybody's names on everything. This is on my face. Duh, it's out, so, and I know this isn't good. I know what I'm doing is wrong. But I loved buying boxes of Valentines. I loved filling them out for everyone, and I loved decorating a shoebox for people to put Valentines in. And I'm like the kind of person that anticipation is one of my favorite things. So like, honestly, I just like loved the feeling of walking away from my desk to deliver my Valentines and knowing that other people were putting Valentines in my shoebox. Because I was like, oh my god, I have so many Valentines! And I was just so excited to see them. And even now, like, if I get a text or an Instagram DM that I'm really excited about, I won't open it. Sometimes for days. Because the anticipation is so good for me that I just want to keep it. These? Naked Skin. Yep. So yeah, when I was younger, I really liked Valentine's Day because it was just like fun and innocent, and I got candy. And as I've gotten older, I've just cared about Valentine's Day less and less. Like, I kind of cared about it when I was in high school, but that I think was more about the pressure that I felt to be like in a relationship if I wanted to be like a cool girl. Because like in college, I just never cared about it that much. I just didn't care. I can't explain it, not caring. I can't explain how that feels because I don't care enough to do that. But it just didn't really matter to me. Then me and JB started dating my junior year of college, and I was like, oh, how cool, I'm dating someone for Valentine's Day. Tight. I don't need this much foundation. I regret pumping it out. Then, on our first Valentine's Day together, we both had class and or work all day. We saw each other for like a grand total of 5 minutes. Maybe 15 to half an hour, like between classes. We just like hung out very briefly. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh my god, so sad. But I don't really care because I don't really care about Valentine's Day that much. Because this is gonna sound tacky, but I've always been so in love with JB that I was like, why do we need that day? So this year we are going on a date for Valentine's Day. It's our 3rd Valentine's Day together, which is fucking crazy. Oh, this sponge is the Morphe sponge, and I really like it. I really like it. But our middle Valentine's Day, I don't really think we did anything special. I think I'm gonna use this. It's the Age Rewind Dark Circle Treatment in Fair. This year we're going on a date, and that is less because we love Valentine's Day and more because we both work so much that we don't get to spend a lot of time together. We live together, so like we sleep in the same bed every night and we wake up together and stuff, but we don't get to spend, like JB works every day and realistically I work every day. So we don't have like a ton of free time. So we're going on a date this year and I'm gonna use the Coty Airspun. And I made a huge mistake and took the little filter out of this so it goes everywhere, and I'm not gonna lift it up. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. I'm gonna use my Wowder brush because I like how fluffy it is. I don't really like baking my under eyes because I don't like how dry they get. So I'm just gonna try and do this. But yeah, anyway, that's what we're doing on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna vlog it. I just made a mess. I'm gonna use the freaking Wowder. Really? I'm gonna set my forehead with the same brush to dust it on my forehead because I get really oily, but I do want this to be dewy. So after I do this, I'm gonna also pat it down with a sponge. Can you hear the jazz band practicing below me? Because there's a jazz band practicing below me. This is what I use for my eyebrows. It's the Milani Stay Put Brow Color in 05 Dark Brown. And this is the brush that it came with because I'm not balling like that where I can use it. I don't have a brush for this, okay? I'm not gonna tell you how I do things because that's not the purpose of this video. Just fucking. Anyway, she wanted me to talk about single girls on Valentine's Day, or single people on Valentine's Day, I should say. And I think it's kind of like a hard thing because I've never cared so much about Valentine's Day. Even if I'm single on Valentine's Day, a day that is seen to be about like love between romantic couples, it's never really bothered me because maybe like I grew up in a way where Valentine's Day was just like about all of us. I think my parents got me like little things for Valentine's Day. And so I didn't really feel like Valentine's Day was necessarily about couples, but I felt like it was just about love. This is the difference. Part of me wonders if just focusing on the day being about general love and not romantic love can kind of help. I think it's fair to say that we all have love in our lives. Even if you don't have romantic love, I hope that you have friends that you love or family that you love or like a pet that you love or a like love for yourself. I hope that everybody has that in some capacity. And if you don't, then maybe instead of looking at Valentine's Day as like this day that celebrates something that you don't have, maybe we can look at it as Valentine's Day celebrates this thing that I want more of, and so I'm gonna use this day to jumpstart love in my life, celebrating love in my life. When I was in high school and me and my best friend, neither one of us had a boyfriend. Hey, Christina. And if we ever did have boyfriends, I'm pretty sure we still always got each other gifts. We just always celebrated like our friend love and stuff like that. I almost dropped my brush. So that's that part of my eyebrows. Yeah, there's 2 parts, girl. After I do that, I'll use something else. This is my teeny gimme brow because I didn't want to splurge on the whole thing. So I think I've done a lot of therapy in my life. Like the biggest thing that I learned is that it's so natural and easy to feel like we are not in charge of our feelings. But I've learned that I really do. I don't necessarily choose how I feel, but I choose what I do with those feelings. And I choose how long I spend with those feelings. I choose how I express them and who I express them to, and just like how they affect me and how they affect my day. Like, those are all things that I get to choose. I don't always get to choose how I feel. Sometimes I have days where it feels like if something small doesn't go right, the world is ending. That's just the gag. But you can take control of that. And maybe I'm going a little deep for Valentine's Day. Specifically, my friend was like, how do you not be jaded and spiteful when you're jaded and spiteful? And I think you just like, you look at these feelings that you have. I'm gonna use the Hoola and the Butter Bronzer. Can you see it? Don't care. I do care. I got you about it. Why do you feel the way that you feel? If you feel jaded and you feel like you're carrying a chip on your shoulder or whatever, why do you feel that way? Like, what has happened that makes you feel that way? Have you been wronged by someone that you love? Have you been a witness to Valentine's days that have been really hard for people that you love? Get to the root of why you feel that way. It's never dumb. Your feelings are never dumb. I really don't believe that. You can't control what someone else does or what's happened to you makes you feel, but you can control how you use those feelings and what those feelings do to and for you. This is the Hoola bronzer. Does it look crazy? Guys, be honest. So I think, yeah, the first thing about moving on from feelings is figuring out who they are, why they're there. Like, hey, sadness, when did you come in? I talk like this and it can be really annoying, but it's who I am. Like, when did sadness come in? When did sadness get a seat at the table? Think about how those feelings affect you. Does being jaded, like, does that help you? Maybe it protects you. Like, maybe being jaded is a way to avoid more pain because it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna go on a date with this person because I'm just like too jaded. Like, it just doesn't work for me, I'm too jaded. Everything in your life should serve you. And it's not always that way, but the things in your life that you have control over, why not keep the things in that do serve you? Rosie Jane Cheek and Lip Tint, Cheek and Lip Balm. This is in Poppy. They sent me this like a while ago, like last year. So I think like long term, like looking at those emotions and being like, do these serve me? What do I gain from these? Do they make me feel good? Why am I keeping them around? Is like the start of getting over and getting through pain. I felt pain. Like, I have been in an abusive relationship. I have had like a lot of things that I am not gonna talk about on the internet right now. I might at some point, but right now I'm not ready. And for me, the first step to getting over pain was like letting it in. So I'm never gonna be over sadness because I have a medical condition. But to getting like through these feelings, the first step is like looking them in the eye and not being mad at them. Don't be mad at yourself for what you feel. You can be frustrated, but like, don't be like, you're so dumb, why do you feel this way? Who does that help? Not you. Not me. I'm talking in circles and I always do this, but the first part of getting through pain is just like accepting that it's there. That's like a long-term solution, I guess. The short-term, like right now solution that relates more directly to Valentine's Day. Should I take this like up here? I'm gonna pump the brakes. Oh, no, I'm gonna do it. Someone was like, what do you do on Valentine's Day if you're single? Just take charge of the day. Make the day good for you. If you see people like going on like really romantic dates, just be like, that is great for them, and I'm gonna do something today that is great for me. I have to leave soon. So this is the Wet n Wild Hello Halo liquid highlighter in Halo Goodbye. Make the day your day. It doesn't have to be a day about couples. It can be a day about self-love. It can be a day about love for your family, love for your friends. So like, what's gonna make you feel good on that day? It's okay to make the day about yourself. There are no rules. And when it gets down to it, there are just no rules. I think it's just about celebrating love, whatever kind of love is in your life. And hey, if you want romantic love to come into your life, I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at my highlight. Yeah. If you want romantic love to come into your life, then like, spend the day setting your intentions. Spend the day taking care of yourself. Like, have like a good ass shower. Make yourself an iced coffee. Make dinner with your friends. Make dinner with your friend with benefits. There are just so many different kinds of love that I don't think we need to limit ourselves to what Valentine's Day can be about. And that's what I have to say about it. And I think that if I try to keep talking about it, I'm just gonna go off the rails. So that's the Valentine's Day chat. If that's all you're here for, you can get the, just kidding. If that's all you're here for, thank you. I had a great time with you. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm gonna finish my look. Primer potion, baby. I have the Morphe 35M palette. You wanna see it? No problem. I really love it. Making these videos makes me really nervous because like, do I have anything worthwhile to say? So I'm actually gonna start with a crease shade from the Born to Run palette. I'm gonna mix, wow, I'm a fucking beauty person. I'm gonna mix Weekender and Still Shot in my crease. Oh, I'm using the Morphe M518. Yeah, I use brushes. But basically, I think that I worry about not being helpful. I'm a really big advocate of becoming friends with your feelings. Hippie. Because you save so much energy when you're not angry at yourself. You can't have a productive conversation with someone that you're not having compassion with, and that includes yourself. Okay. I hope maybe like my old therapist is watching this. That's probably like against protocol, but hey Greta, if you are. Miss you. I'm gonna take Red Carpet from the 35M palette and I'm gonna put it on the crease. I'll be honest, I like where this is going. It looks pretty orange on camera. And I'm gonna put Sin on my lid. To pee. I'm gonna do my mascara now, and this is a new mascara and it could ruin my life. Moonstone. This is it. This is the look. It's definitely a little bit more intense in person. Let me take a schmelfie. If you will. Oh God, it's beautiful. Okay. There's gotta be something decent in there. I'm gonna zoom you out. All right, that's the whole thing. I hope that something in this was helpful to you. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. My @ is @BabyXPrada. BABYXPRADA. And I can't wait to see you next time. This was really fun. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you.